What's up, XRP family? Thank you guys for joining the video for today. So we have some interesting stuff to get into, and we will also go into some riddles that have been playing out consistently by Mr. Pool. So it's gonna get very interesting. And the big question is, right, like, who is Mr. Pool? Mr. Pool is maybe David Schwartz, right? Because who else can know all the things that will just happen and just predict all this stuff? But first, let's get in with John Deaton. On January 1, 2021, 9 days after SEC vs. Ripple asset appeared, the lawsuit may have been used as a weapon because it made no legal or logical sense. Listen to her say it was difficult building the technology. So I think this woman works with JP Morgan, which JP Morgan is also working on a coin to actually bridge currencies. Now, how convenient is that, right? Let's take a look what they say. Sound familiar? If it does, then you believe in grand conspiracies? While JP Morgan is free to work with blockchain, Ripple is being stifled in the US. Let's take a look.
US dollar. We have spent the past year working on blockchain-based core banking systems to make global payments more seamless, efficient, and programmable. While building the technology was certainly difficult, the hardest part was working through the various internal and external approvals required for legal and regulatory treatment of the blockchain-based deposit system. We are proud to announce that we are now live and able to facilitate cross-border transfers for corporate clients 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, without being limited by traditional local cutoff times and pre-funding requirements. Additionally, we are continuing the US dollar multi-currency payments clearing system work that we announced with the Monetary Authority of Singapore as part of the Project Ubin Phase 5 last year, building a multi-bank shared ledger to enable cross-border and multi-currency payment settlements that are real-time and atomic for the Asian region.
Asian region, guys. The Asian region is 70% of the Asian region is actually using Ripple technology. So is JP Morgan using Ripple technology? I cannot say. I saw some documents that they actually have their own coin, which is also working similar to that, but maybe it's built on the XRP ledger. I am not sure. I cannot say. I do not have proof of that. But it's very interesting because this may be the reason why they stifle Ripple, right? So let's dig in this one. I think this thread is quite interesting, guys. Now, none of this is facts, this is speculation, but still, it's interesting to read actually the tweets that David Schwartz is saying sometimes. Let's talk about the Roku channel. You all have until 4th November to figure out what the Roku channel is. Now, guys, I know that we have been calling some dates and we have been waiting for a long time, but there is no better time than November for XRP to go up, right? And it doesn't have to go to $100 immediately. But I think in November, we will see a significant increase in price. Because this, and look at this, this is another one. So he says until 4th November, right? And then we got, what does Roku mean? It means 6. In Japanese, Roku means 6. 6 is SI plus X. Psi means yes or sun. Here you can see 6 in Japanese language. What is this? What is the 6th channel? Are we aware of the channel 6? Yes. But it goes deeper. In the English channel of the French coast of Normandy, there is a group of islands called the Channel Islands. Crown dependencies, the bailiwick of Jersey, the bailiwick of Guernsey, Alderney, Sark, Herm, and some smaller islands. The two major islands are Guernsey and Jersey. Jersey is a self-governing parliamentary democracy under a constitutional monarchy with its own financial, legal, and judicial systems. It's considered a crown dependency, but Jersey is not part of the United Kingdom. Now, Guernsey is an interesting channel island as well. It offers some interesting financial and security exchange services. Isn't Ripple being sued by the SEC right now over security claims? Isn't Ripple affiliated with XRP? I just thought this was interesting. Very interesting indeed. But which island would be the Roku channel? We may never know. Don't forget the Channel Islands aren't far from another crown dependency that Pool has mentioned. These are all mentioned by Pool. So that's why I wanted to bring up that David Schwartz is actually Mr. Pool, right? Many people know that. Many people think the same. Many people don't know it, but the island of Jersey was named Caesarea in its Roman days. If you swap the C for a K and the S for a Z, you'll notice that the word Caesarea looks a lot like Khazaria. Write that down in the back of your notebook for later. But wait, isn't there another set of Channel Islands? Yes. Where are they? A lot closer to the House of David. How many Channel Islands are there of the City of Angels coast? 8. Which one is the Roku Island? Funny story, they don't really number islands, but we can speculate, right? The Channel Islands at low elevations are virtually frost-free and constitute one of the few such areas in the 48 contiguous US states. It snows only rarely on higher mountain peaks. That means it stays above 33. Everything is about the numbers, guys. They have been telling us for so long. 3 of the North Channel Islands are in Santa Barbara County. You know what else is in Santa Barbara County? Vandenberg Space Force Base. Look at this. Space Force. Ripple. Vandenberg Space Force is where Space Launch Delta SLD-30 is headquartered, right? Which all includes all polar launches. Who likes polar launches? Mr. David Schwartz enjoys polar launches. Now you can see what is happening here. It's going very deep, but there is some truth to this, guys. People will hate themselves because they thought 35,000 is unrealistic. Now everyone knows this video. Let's take a look again, guys, and remind ourselves that nothing is too unrealistic and nothing is impossible.
It's a currency.
Oh, good answer, man. I tell you, you've done your homework, Jimmy. Okay, there's a lot of speculation on the price of XRP after it becomes regulated, after regulatory clarity. Where do you feel that XRP, just based on your honest opinion, is going to hit, say, a month after regulation?
Yeah. So we believe that the last domino to fall on regulation right now is the SEC lawsuit, and that could be resolved in a variety of ways, but it could also be resolved in regulation coming in over the top. We know it's imminent, though, right? So when I say imminent, I would be surprised if a quarter from now we're really still embroiled in the SEC lawsuit, because I think the state of affairs throughout the world is such that we're going to need a solution like an XRP for liquidity purposes.
Need a solution, guys. Now, this is the time the world needs a solution. You can see it all around you. The crisis is insane. Inflation is at highest rates. Fiat currencies are plummeting. What better time do we need for XRP to go up, right? And this is it. That's why November is going to be very interesting. Swell London is also 17th November. Don't forget.
Sooner rather than later. So the question is then, okay, we've magically resolved it. Where does the price go? It's easy to project that it's a double-digit number. So I think it immediately shoots up to a $10, potentially $20. The wild card to me is that there is actually a deal to be done among the central banks and governments to basically have XRP work as the world's bridge currency, a neutral asset that could be traded between the central banks to move a specific type of fiat to another type of fiat. If that's what occurs, it's back to what we were discussing earlier. It's got to cover kind of all the money. And I think you're looking at a range that XRP would settle on agreement. So this would happen instantaneously, somewhere between $10,000 and $35,000 a coin. And our lives will be, maybe the same, maybe different. I don't know.
Insane, guys. Don't forget, these things are possible, right? People who bought Bitcoin a long time ago, without any utility, if you think about it, there was no utility. It's not even solving a problem yet, Bitcoin. So, and this is actually XRP, solving a problem, being used for economical liquidity. So think about that, guys. Is it really unrealistic? I don't think so, right? It's very, very possible. Week 44, the past holds a sequence, a cycle of sorts. If you look deeper, you'll see it all through, but hurry as clocks strike 2 o'clock, because when they hit the 11th hour of week 44 and transition will be over and cycle 22 will begin. Where will you be to witness it all, right? It already started. Remember, the 5th of November. Now, this is exactly what I'm talking about. The Riddlers also think 5 November is the date, right? And that can mean a couple of things, right? It can mean that XRP will shoot up instantly to a double-digit number or even higher. But I don't think we go instantly to these crazy numbers, right? I think what can happen instantly is a $20 or $30 instantly, pricing so many people out and actually starting to value XRP to its true value, right? And then the FOMO begins, and then price appreciation will happen over time. This is the most interesting and excited times, guys. But I will leave it here. I will make another video covering the rest of this. So thank you very much for watching this one. See you in the next one. Cheers.